Hey guys, John Rettinger here. It's been about 6 months since I've had my MacBook unibody aluminum model, and I wanted to give you an updated review. So it's been just about 6 months since I've had the unibody MacBook. It's 2.4 gigahertz configuration, and overall I've been very happy with it. My enthusiasm hasn't waned since I first bought it. But things aren't as rosy as they were on day one, so let me fill you in. First off, my boot up time has slowed drastically. I went from the maybe 10 to 15s that I had when I first got it. Now it takes a good probably 45 seconds, almost a minute to fully boot up and be ready to use. It's not that big a deal, but it is something that's very noticeable. And I think it's probably a fault with OS X Leopard and its file management system than it is the computer itself. But definitely something to keep in mind. Hopefully the upgrade to Snow Leopard and in the next few months will fix those issues. When it boots up, it does stay on that blue screen for quite a while. So the new things that came out with the unibody MacBook, the keyboard and the trackpad. The backlit keyboard I thought that I was going to use a lot, and that was the reason that I got the 2.4 gigahertz model. But as it turns out, I'm really not using the backlight that much. I'm taking notes in class, but usually it's light enough, and I'm not even utilizing the backlight. In fact, most of the time I turn it off to save battery. So the new trackpad. I was really excited about the new trackpad, and I thought there was a lot of room. I was really looking forward to using the gestures. As it turns out, most of the time now I use an external mouse. I found the clicking on the trackpad without the button to be a little bit cumbersome, and not necessarily as accurate as I would have liked. If you don't click towards the bottom, it doesn't work. Sometimes clicking with two fingers doesn't always respond properly. So using an external mouse has really been my solution. That being said, I love the gestures on the trackpad. I use the 4 fingers for expose and show desktop all the time. I think those are absolutely fantastic. I look forward to more utilization of the trackpad and the multi-touch capabilities kind of as we progress. Another thing I still love about the computer is I love the weight and I love the size. I'm able to throw it into my backpack and really not worry about being weighed down or having sideways shoulder from all the weight from it. And it really is very nice and very light and easy. I've carried it everywhere for 2 quarters of school now, 2 quarters of graduate school, and I haven't had any issues with dings or scratches. It has been very durable. I do keep it in a neoprene case, but it looks just as good as it did on day one. Also, the glossy screen I've actually been enjoying. I've always been a fan of glossy screens, so that wasn't surprising. But glare, especially overhead glare, when you have a light source behind you shooting directly on the computer, has not been as bad as most people have said. I've actually found it to be extremely usable. So if the glossy versus non-glossy screen is an issue for you, hopefully this will help offset some of your concerns. The computer is still as fast as it was when I first got it as far as processing and multitasking. It really is a very quick machine, and OS X really makes use of the 2 gigs built-in DDR3 RAM very nicely, and it's really quite enough. Also, I dual boot using Boot Camp with Windows Vista for some school-related programs. And Vista, as I showed in my benchmark, actually runs very smoothly and really quickly. It actually runs much faster than some of my classmates' fully loaded Dells, and that's with 4 gigabytes of RAM and even some with solid-state drives. So you really got to give credit to Apple for building a great machine for OS X and also a great machine for running Windows, if that's what you need it to do. So I've been really happy with its performance overall. I couldn't have asked for more. When I need my Windows, I have it. When I need my Mac, which is most of the time, I have that too. I have not installed Parallels or VMware Fusion on it or any other virtualization software, so I can't speak for the speed of virtualization on the machine. But having only 2 gigabytes of RAM, I assume that there won't be as fast as native booting and probably have a little bit of slowdown due to RAM partitions. Something to keep in mind. Do I regret my purchase? Absolutely not. I am thrilled that I got it. I probably would have just bought the slower version instead of going for the 2.4, but live and learn. I don't think that 0.2 difference is really that big a deal, and the backlit keyboard is what I thought I needed. Turns out I didn't need it that badly. Something to keep in mind if you're looking to buy a new MacBook. Anyway guys, just want to give you a real quick overview. I love the computer, I'm thrilled with it. I think if you make the decision to go for the MacBook, you'll be happy too. The last point that I want to talk about real quickly is graphics and HD and 3D graphics with the new NVIDIA integrated chipset. That's actually far exceeded my expectations as far as integrated graphics card goes. I think it's absolutely fantastic. I can watch HD video without a hiccup or a slowdown, which is really nice. And I've even done some 3D rendering, just some tests on it, and it actually has been very impressive. The computer doesn't get that hot as well either, as I mentioned in the review, which is really nice, just in the upper left-hand corner on the bottom where the processor is. Rather than that, you can keep it on your lap and not worry about frying off your business. So, anyway guys, just a real quick update. Hope you enjoyed. You leave some comments down below and tell people what your experiences are with the computer and whether or not you're enjoying yours or not. And for exclusive content, be sure to follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/John4Lakers. See you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.